Woman.
Happy to be with you this afternoon, Michael.
Yes, ma'am. Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi, the leader of your party in the House, says that this was a calculated provocation to get booed at the NAACP. Surely we're being cynical here, but do you agree?
I agree with Leader Pelosi. Actually, Mitt Romney said that later when he said he knew he'd get booed. Come on, Michael, you don't go into someone's house when they invite you and then insult them. And he knew exactly what he was doing. There is no way in the world that this was not a calculated political ploy. It played right into his right-wing base. He knows good and well that under the Affordable Care Act, 7 million uninsured African Americans will have health insurance. He knows that. He knows the facts. And so, yes, this was calculated. It was sinister, and I think it really showed people who he was. For African Americans who did not know Mitt Romney, they know him now.
If you don't know, now you know. Of course, we can't say for sure if this was really deliberately calculated, but if it were, then wouldn't that make Mr. Romney's whole appearance at the NAACP a slap in the face, or to use his favorite term, a kick in the gut, not just to the organization, but to African Americans in general?
African Americans are very generous people, and once again, the NAACP invited him, he came, and in fact he insulted the African American community and the NAACP. And so the consequences, I think, are really very great when you look at what happened. And I think that, again, for those who did not know him, they know him now. They know his values. They know what he stands for, and they know that he would deny 7 million African Americans health care coverage. They know that he would raise taxes on African Americans. They know that he would really allow for the unemployment rate to increase and poverty to increase in the African American community. African Americans know that now as a result of Mitt Romney coming to the NAACP convention.
Well, speaking of poverty, or its opposite, Mr. Romney is heading up to Wyoming tonight for a big fundraiser with Dick Cheney. But he was at another fundraiser in Montana last night, and he talked about getting booed. He said that people who like Obamacare shouldn't come looking to him for free stuff. Now, free stuff? Is that to suggest that the people who booed him are freeloaders? What kind of incendiary signification is going on there, Congresswoman?
Well, quite frankly, that's disgusting, and we know what that's about. You know, African Americans want everything that every other American wants, and that's equal opportunity, justice, fairness, a job, a fair wage with benefits to take care of their families. What in the world is Mitt Romney talking about? You know, he's trying to use, once again, cold words. You know how they came out with the food stamp president. You know what they do. And so I think that the American people are going to see exactly who Mitt Romney is by these statements and by what he is doing as a result of his coming out of the box now, where people are really beginning to know who he is. And I tell you one thing, I am so excited that President Obama is moving forward with a very aggressive agenda to create jobs, to turn the economy around, but also to win this election in November.
All right. Thanks very much to Congresswoman Barbara Lee. Next.